Kanzu needs your help. The Ostrons have sighted infested life forms emerging from the boil. We need to deal with this thing immediately. Report to Kanzu in Cetus.
Knowing that you have to listen to that every single time you launch. I don't really know how much more of this I need. I'll give up on it for now. More components in an hour. Guess we'll throw Valkyr to Helminth. What's up, Ray? Hooray, secondary crit. Primary damage, 1000 health. Atlas reload speed, secondary damage. Hey, this re-updated again. This got cleared on the last update, but I guess they gave it back. Don't need any of that, so... Here and there. Can't skip that either. I didn't even know that was a task. I was thinking it would be interesting to try having Rage on here. Guess no real space for it. We have to go here. I don't know if I really want to polarize just to try it. .37, 375. Nearly double. Kind of horrifying knowing that you have 60 dead bodies in the back room of your ship. When you put it like that, it is kind of weird. I assume they're just completely consumed, right? Just becomes part of the infested, so pretty normal from an infested standpoint. We did everything here. Gonna do rep. Should also look at Nightwave actually. Kill enemies, nightmare missions, syndicate missions. Huh. A Hydralist, really. Fishing and scanning. Well, I'll get this when I'm doing with Samara, so that's fine. Yeah. I'll do the rep. Use my Savots, I guess. And I need to farm the Fortuna, sorry, the Railjack companion.
Don't matter to Nev one. Nah. What gallant space
So this hasn't reset yet.
to make your acquaintance today.
If there's only 3 special guys, it hasn't reset. I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed to get 4. Almost done with Nightwave. Getting there. I'm kind of interested in this. So obviously Energize, Former, and Umbra are nice. Kind of interested to see what these two look like. I don't know if I'll use this, but this kind of looks pretty interesting. I like the idea of attachments that aren't necessarily connected to you, because it just like hovers around your shoulder. So it's not going to have that shitty tacky look where it looks like things are just stuck to your frame. So I'm hoping that has some potential. I'm going to set from Hawk. Alright, so I need to turn fish in as well while I'm on Earth. Okay.
Remember, Hawk has new specials every day.
Can you spare a fish or two for the people of Cetus, Tenno? These will be received gratefully.
Yeah, I know I do. I've got it written down. My list of things to do. Okay.
You will make the necessary sacrifice, inevitably. Allow us to improve your efficiency.
That operator looked weird. Hang on. She's invisible. Like full dark. I'm infested. Get a damn look at her though. One on the left. It's like a miniature Valkyrie. I think maybe I've got that skin actually. Oh, the mastery rank too. Yeah, I gotta do that. Gotta try it again anyway. I guess we can try that first and then go and do the vaults. Let's leave this as my leveling loadout. So I feel like I want to take a frame with a damage increase. So Rhino and Mirage are the first two that jump out at me. I guess Chroma. AoE gun, yeah. I guess you could take Mesa as well. Try Mirage, I guess. I think I bought a new skin for her at some point. Not super sold on it now that I've got it, but seems fine. Use Mesa. I'll try Mirage first up. You reckon Ignis? It's kind of what I always lean towards. I don't know if it's... It's kind of my main weapon on Mirage, I would say. I'll try it. So no parkour mod, shouldn't really matter. Secondary will matter. Smita? The pans are on. I don't actually remember if the cat came with me. Leave Prime. I feel like I'm going to be relying on the Ignis, right? I quite like having the other synth mod in here. Oh, I do have it in here. Mind. Try as we are, if it doesn't work. Glaive Prime tomorrow.
Tenno, this is your true master test. Your only objective, survival.
I just wanted the bolt ace so I could move around a bit quicker. Kind of ironic using a Ignis on the true test of skill. Alright, I have to kill the bosses. I also know now not to stand around for ages and not use the life support. What about the drones, actually? Where are these? Must have killed it. I'm sure my tongue stopped working there too. I feel like I'm kind of interested to put Gloom on Mirage as well. The range will be absolutely tiny with the build that I'm on, but it'll give me life drain on all my attacks. I'll reach out in a minute. After failing yesterday, I don't really want to stop. I don't know why that waypoint is above him. I keep thinking there's a drone flying above him, but there just isn't. Actually very interested in putting Gloom on here. Try that after this. Why am I slowed? That was a bit easier.
Congratulations.
What's up, Raccoon?
True master.
You get quite a few bonuses for doing that. Thank you. True Master's font in any relay to bless all Tenno present. Hull ornament is awarded exclusively to tenant. Is that a... like I can place? That's kind of cool. That's placeable. Let's have a look. It's not. It's for landing craft? How do you use it? I didn't know you could place things on the outside. How do you do that? The hell? Damn, that's kind of clean. I haven't been in this for a long time. There are a lot of skins here. Don't mind that one either. It looks a bit dumb. Sure. We'll run it for a while. You can choose which one you have, regardless of ship. It's a nice change. It used to be tied to whatever landing craft you're using. Yeah. We'll run it. Alright. We do not feed him mutagen. Just do it on A. That also opens up room to have Rage on here too. I feel like the Gloom and Rage synergy is kind of insane. Let's try that for a little bit. The new Locust Sigil. Get rid of that. I don't think my rep matters too much at the moment. Just take it off completely. Is that new? Kind of weird to see it as a sigil. I think I used to have that on the operator. I don't want to look at it. How do you do sigils here? There you have it. Guess I went for the sheen. When you've got it as white, it makes her look just wet, basically. Didn't even really see it. I think I've done a pretty good job with the skin texture here. If you look at her cheek. Impressive. We have two now, Legacy and Revised. For what? Alpha doesn't do anything anymore. Wait, what? Just doesn't work on her at all anymore? I mean, she looks very different here to how she does when I'm actually walking around. Leave it as it is. Apparently it's broken, so... Mastery Sigil, right? Does affect their appearance a lot. Not for the Bloodshed Sigil, apparently. So I'm going to change here. Gear. Motes. What's the new one? And there's a few new things here. This is just planets. That really reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. I will take it. It's fine. Like very heavily Crash Bandicoot. So I think the main thing I want to do is ISO bolts. I think maybe I'll do... Might just do one of the Steel Path alerts to feel Bloom on Mirage. So can't really take Mirage there. I did a couple of these. We got Survival. Go and do that. Which noble are you using? I'll have to show you after this. We'll do this. We'll do Smaris, we'll do ISO. What's the drain on my 2, I wonder? Low, but not perfect. But I guess the range will mean that that's less relevant.
Life supply has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life supply.
Should have swapped my element. I have to be able to kill something to get stacks to be able to do damage. Yeah. That's one thing I don't like about the new mods, you really have to ramp up. Do I have... I guess I do have flow on here. So the range seems to be still fairly solid. I was expecting it to be like melee enemies only. That goes out to about there. Yeah, well, I'm getting slow on basically melee enemies. So if I stand on top of someone, I can prioritize them. So I'm relying on quick thinking to stay alive. And then I've got health regen, and then any health that takes damage gives me more energy. It's like a positive feedback loop. As long as I'm dealing damage and don't get one shot, I shouldn't really be able to die. I don't really feel like I'm taking any damage though. Guess no one's really getting the chance. Oh, there goes my shield. I was leveling some other weapons recently to Tiburon Prime was one of the like better automatic weapons that I found, or kind of rediscovered, I guess. And it was shredding armor, and then you take it against Corpus, and it does like fuck all. It really feels like you have to mod just for Toxin against these guys. Doesn't really work if you've got a weapon that has innate heat. How you're keeping your energy up in the test? I forget what I had. I mean, it just would have been Xeneric, right? Killing enemies. I think I've got Energize on as well. I didn't have Dispensary. Never really had any energy issues with it, so I guess Energize was just carrying me. Consider putting Brief Respite as your aura for the overshields and shield gating. I tried using that for a while on Protea when I was trying to optimize Railjack farming, and I never really noticed that much of a difference, if I'm honest. Nullified. It's gonna take a while. Can you say which version is going out right now? Which version of what? I don't really know what you're referring to. Hopefully they don't freeze the timer. You're just pissed off. It's fine. They're actually getting rinsed. What the hell? Where'd the other one go? I wouldn't have expected the Ignis to be able to kill one of them. Level 130? The Bursa. Quite happy with my survivability there. Wait. Sometimes I feel like Mirage doesn't really have it.
Extraction is ready.
She's good as long as she doesn't get hit. That feedback loop kind of negates that. Yeah, I have no idea, unfortunately. Is Gav Savvy worth using on the Ignis with only 2 statuses being applied? I don't see why not. I like the idea of having it on everything, so if I really need to kill someone, I can use an ability or swap to something else that would give me another status and give me more damage. Use your operator and electrocute him and put void damage on him or whatever. Oh, that went pretty well. I quite like that. Change sentience now. They're affected by status. Experimenting for the new war. Okay. That makes sense then. Alright, someone wanted this. Mirage Oniro Noble Animation Set. I don't know why, but there are a few frames that have like a new variant. I think Xcal has one as well. Yeah, the Zato. I don't remember why they were added, but a couple of frames have them. Xcal, Zato, Aura. mean Zaku? Crazy? I don't know what the hell Zato is. They got added with their deluxes. It's Mirage's deluxe, I wonder. Already own it? This one, I guess, it's being sold for platinum. It's pretty good. It's quite dangly. I'm always uncertain what I think about frames with lots of dangly bits. Not bad though. I'm always looking for new skins for Necros and never really find any. Every time they add them, it's like meh. So if I'm gonna go to ISO vaults, I'm just trying to remember what was relevant. Need a desecrate. Needed heavy radiation, which is usually I just use this guy. Radiation cold seems good. Let's get rid of this. When Warframe goes crossplay, Tenogen galore for PC players. I wonder how they're going to handle that, because on console you can just buy it with platinum. So I guess they'll just port the prices across and... yeah, I guess nothing will change, right? I don't know if it's changing or not. Why though what? No, I don't think it would. I think they prefer the PC version. They just want cash up front. What is the best weapon for dealing with hordes of corpus? Really no. So we'll have to kill, right? Lower the Brahma for a bit. True, we can try the Plasma. I upgraded that pretty recently. Haven't used it on Corpus tested yet. Problem is, pain in the ass to put corrosive on it. Because I really like having this reload. Well, I guess Merciless gives me reload now. 2.3. What is it without this? 3. It's off 0.7. Kind of want to roll this. Just get fire rate reload. That'd be ideal. Recoil reduction. Reload speed, ammo maximum. Yeah, I know the resist viral. It's annoying. Just go like this. I'll see what the reload's like without having a reload mod. Sure what this was for exactly. Got pull on here. Why? What the hell was I doing with Necros that I needed pull? I was farming the Sarlacc pit. I don't know why pull would be relevant there. Kind of weird. Whatever. Just make sure there's no weird shenanigans with Steel Path. It's gonna be painful to reload that, but if you stow, it auto reloads, does it? I don't remember that being a thing. I'm not going here. Get a mother.
Yes, there are bounties. I look forward to your return, as do we all.
What's up, Mona?
Much has been hidden from us on Deimos. The old ruins.
That's Tenet? I didn't think all Tenet weapons had it. I thought it was only a few.
And darkest secrets. Find
Like the
out
Envoy
what's
has it.
inside, and the Necromancer will guide you through. See what's happening down there. Tell me what he has been up to.
To access the isolation vaults,
There you go. I guess it does.
way through the infestation first.
Do they all do that? I thought the Envoy was special in that regard, but if the Plasma has it as well, that's kind of interesting.
The infestation is strong. With the right materials, we can fool it into letting us in.
Yeah, I never knew that. Okay.
Infested kittens. That suits you nicely. Find more. Very unpleasant, but undoubtedly what we need. Just
Like some of these are in caves. Okay. Does it stack? Wasn't my pet? I don't think my... I mean, maybe. I don't really remember all the side effects of all the mods my pet has.
Something's coming. Don't let it grab the snacks.
Why is that moved? If I remember, I'll look at my pet build when I get out of here. It does have synth mods. Does that have a passive for hosted reloading? I don't really have anything to kill anything status immune, but I guess these guys don't matter. Level 50. Level 100, they're a nightmare. Oh, the set bonus on pets is reload on holster. Okay, it could be that then. It seems weird that they would make a big deal about the Envoy having that passive and then all the other tenants also have it, but are never mentioned.
Now take the concoction and throw it against the large Chloe.
5% per mod. Okay. Oh, seems more likely that it's that that's doing it then. Damn, having the parkour mod makes the roll OP in this cave.
Well done. We can access the infested tunnels now. Head inside.
Wonder if he's... I guess he is still up there because there's the dot on the minimap.
Tunnels are deadly even for
I brought him with me.
the vaults lie beyond.
10%.
They will be inaccessible until the toxicity has been reduced.
I'll have to read it. So it's 10% magazine capacity? Or is it 10% chance? The way chat is typing makes it seem weird. Switch back to it for quick reload. I mean, it's not that quick, it does one round at a time.
Strongest local infected are inbound. This is their last gasp. If we engage and we
The reload is like noticeably slower. I don't know if it's game breaking though. It'd kind of be nice to have that extra slot. Although my ribbon with the dispo is pretty shit now. Maybe I'll throw some rolls at that today. If I got a fire rate reload negative ribbon, that would be ideal. Something that could work as a quality of life. Oh damn, I got that jump height mod on.
You will need to defeat it in order to roam the ruins. Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself.
But I gotta leave Necros close to it. They're running away.
But that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled.
No, our range is max, right? Pretty high up there. Too close, can't hit anything.
Remains 82% combat effective. I confess I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled. The Guardian of the Void.
I don't know if I like having the extra jump height. So I can't see a damn thing. I should change my energy color to make it black. % per second, right? Necro skin is so well made. I'm not really sure how much I like it, but I don't like having massive wings, so that's why I've kind of defaulted to this. I also don't know how to do the crystal thing here. The extra volt. I guess I can just never find the damn thing. Oh, speaking of, I don't really think it's worth doing if I'm just farming parts, unless they come from the crates too, I'm not sure. So do one and find out. Yeah, they're on all classes. I always like the idea of them, but pretty rare for it to actually come in handy. I think it was good on Profit Taker, and that was really in the place that I actually wanted it. Made use of it.
Reinforced many times. The outer layers have all but collapsed under the infestation's relentless spread, with the inner chambers remaining unbreached.
I'm kind of running out of things to level too. My primary slot, I don't think I've got anything. Yeah, I just started forming old weapons that I liked. Where'd he go? Paying attention. So basically everything's formed that I own. I think there are still quite a few melee weapons to level. And pistols are running short too though. I like the idea that the more kills you get, the more range the blast has. I guess the less fall off, more distance. Oh. Because of that galvanized mod, although I don't think it stacks as much as the other ones. I'm not really having a problem with this reload speed. Not so bad. It's only 10% less than what I was used to. The synth one for your frame is better as it doesn't drain. I don't know what that mod is. What's the speed? I mean, also speed is nice, but doesn't really feel necessary either. Yeah, and the only place I've really built for it is Profit Taker. I have to do a Hydra list soon for Nightwave. It could be interesting to try and re-remember. Using melee counts as holster? Isn't melee instant? As soon as I hit the button, I'm swinging. Effect stacks with other reload on holster bonuses. Oh, I see what you mean. So while I'm meleeing, it's holstered. It's kind of interesting. Kind of like a glaive melee and holster reload combo. That does make sense, yeah. It's decent synergy.
A maximum of 3 errors are permitted before the fail-safe protocol seals the vault. Do not simply guess.
So we'll see if we get any necromech parts from doing this. Ah, residual boils. Shit. If that comes from here, that means I need to actually do it. So I guess I don't get necro components, but I do get these weird arcanes. Did I pick one up and get one as a reward? Well, I guess we're doing the whole lot. Annoying because I didn't really want to, but... I don't think I can really speed that up in any way either. I think I need a lot of those arcanes. 7 Boil, 4 Malador, 9 Shock, 9 Vermeer, 11 Contagion, 11 Demulcent, 20 Infection. Nova can warp Lloyd, saves time. Yeah, but I need Necros to desecrate the mechs, right? Is there anything else changing in here? Guess I can bring affinity stuff. These 2 slots. I think there's another melee. I guess I was doing the bolt ace. Do you have Spothoric's sniper from the ISO vaults? I'm not sure. This guy. Just need the stock. Weapon parts are just rewards. Are they? I'm trying to read what that says. Damage necromech what weapon? Damage necromech weapon barrel. Possible reward for completing Isolation Vault and Arcana Isolation Vault. Is only available during Vault Rotation A. Requiring players to wait up to 6 hours if Rotation B just started. What the fuck does that mean? What does a rotation mean? Does that mean I should be doing a different Vault tier to get this? Let's read the rewards, I guess, from Mother. Spothoric and Aurum Spinosa was the worst farm I ever got myself into. I don't know if I've got the Aram yet. I don't think I do. Let's throw some Kuva at this and see what happens. Just changed the rewards. That seems interesting, right? So no fire rate but reload speed. I feel like the fire rate is kind of important at the moment. I like fire rate plus reload, but God knows that'll never happen. It's got such a high, or I guess low dispo, that you really need a negative on there as well. That's viral. It's interesting because then that frees up 2 other slots, right? I hated the weapon part farm. I had to play at certain times and the drop pool is too big. Yeah. Fire rate damage cold. Don't really want cold, do we? I'm not gonna go ham on this. Maybe we'll do like 40 rolls total in this mod. Reload and magazine capacity. Tempting, but meh. Still need to farm the vaults to get arcanes. Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to doing that. Seems like it's going to take forever. It's gas. Negative 90 damage. Negative fire rate? Don't think so. I think you can do vault bounties to mix it up. How's that different? I mean the ones you pick up from outside demos? Projectile speed. I did like having projectile speed on here, but it's irrelevant now because of the galvanized mod. What a shitty, unrewarding system. You have Isovolt, then you have the cleanup runs. I don't really know what that means. We'll go to 50 and then I'll stop. I'm gonna do this forever. I don't care that much about this weapon. It's decent. Two more. Did that. Last one. Fire rate and punch through? I guess you don't need punch through, do you? No. Shit, out of luck on that one. Thought my Kuva wasn't updating. Kinda makes sense, right? After you finish a vault, you can talk to Mother in the open world and cleanup bounty will be available. Similar rewards but different objectives. I think I've actually done that a few times when I was trying to get the Sarlacc pit thing. I was using the outside bounties. Each tier, what you do is delicacies or cleared isobolts. Is that faster than doing just repeating it over and over again? In terms of broken necromech parts, I guess.
You are here to assist.
Necromech weapon barrel. Well, that's what I needed, right? So I guess we're in the right time zone. Might not be faster.
I look forward to your return, as do we all.
I think we just keep doing it.
Much has been hidden from us.
I'm on public, right? Yeah.
The old ruins
Usually I
on the surface
get full groups doing this.
the deepest and darkest secrets.
Less hair pulling.
Inside, and the Necromancer will guide you through. See what's happening down there.
I wanted to read the
He
synth
has been
mods.
up to.
To access the isolation vaults, you will need to find a way through infestation. If you gather the correct materials, you can persuade the infestation to open up for us. Think of it like gathering.
I don't really have a weapon that can break these.
That looks yummy for a monster sword. Let's find some more. Okay,
Big problem to have.
we'll get another match, sure.
Take what you have gathered and place it into the vessel.
I could do that, but then the chat box persists forever and annoys me.
Protect the vessel while it is stewed. The stench is found.
I swear they've moved all my stuff around. This is all normal. Maybe it is normal. The on-call guy seems to be in a different place. I don't know if I should build a longer range gaze for these guys. Interesting that she can't hit this guy when he's moving because his hitbox is so low. I've noticed that before. think this is a new guy too. My first 555 engineer. Combat endurance, repair. Yeah, I always hate having any typing in that box, because every time you go through an instance it all comes back. So I always used to get pissed off at people sending me messages or inviting me or anything like that. That's why I have no one else in my clan.
Now take the concoction and throw it against the large Chloe den I have marked on the map.
Skin's a little over the top, but I like how you can see it actually go straight through and hit the wall behind it. 5 repair, 5 combat, 5 endurance. That's what I'm hunting for. Yeah, I got that. I've got a 554 as well. I'm slowly upgrading it. I run with 2 engineers and a sister at the moment. I got a 5 pilot, 5 gunnery, 5 endurance, I think, which was the other one I wanted. I just wish the pilots were a little bit more reliable. You can't rely on them 100% to take out their radiators. Sometimes they'll just bug out and sit there staring at it until you get back on the ship when they nuke it immediately, which completely defeats the point of having them. Streamer luck? I'm checking every day since I found out about them, for sure. I think my on-caller catch moon, she just shoots walls. Nice. The gauge seems really powerful for Railjack. Heaps of radiation and viral procs and heat procs. They build up really quick, so there's heaps of crowd control going on.
The Entrati ruins are close.
Jesus.
Pushing, and you will be there in no time. The Guardian of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno. Another arm out of action. Excellent work. Almost there.
And he's down. Never doubted you for a minute, Chip.
Well done. One arm down. Keep at it. More of the same. The Necromech has ceased to function. A most satisfactory outcome. Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself, Tenno. Another arm out of action. Excellent work. Almost there.
Sometimes they randomly die. You mean in Railjack? I find that the sister will always revive them, which is a big part of why she's part of my crew. So I've yet to have my crew actually go down. What am I doing here?
I will take you to the safety interlocks.
5 pilot, 5 gunner, 5 endurance. 5 gunner, 5 combat, 5 endurance. I feel like the combat isn't super necessary on that. I just wanted the endurance so if I ever kicked them off the pilot seat they wouldn't die. I would always have another engineer or someone that could do all the killing. Allies heal on kill. That is my favorite perk, I think, of the whole lot. I want to have that on everyone. I think my pilot and my engineer both have it. This guy's getting fucked up right here. But my best engineer that I got a couple of days ago, which is 555, I think has movement speed upon repair, which is not as good. But still not awful. Let's try and... Gonna go as my main gunner. Off defender when extra hand is needed. And do the cleaning. There. The more I play, the less I find the gunners to be valuable. Thus far, anyway. Maybe I'll do it. Or maybe I'll like it more when I'm farming... I have to farm Corpus ships to get a mod. The dome... I forget what it's called, but it gives you free charges on the dome. 60% chance. I think you have to kill fighters somewhere to do that, so I need to go and dedicate time to actually farming that. So I never really have any reason to do Corpus missions. Till recently when I started trying to get the Nautilus. Quick on his feet. What's not to like about that in an engineer? Doesn't seem a super necessary attribute, I will say. The problem is he's quick on his feet after he does his job. If he was quick on his feet whenever there was a job to be done, then that would be more useful. Pretty rare that there's ever two jobs that need to be done. Man, this thing is annoying. I think Wisp is good for this too. You can like speed him up with that. He values his off time more, yeah, which means I value him less. Engineer. So if I can't get weapon parts from the mechs, maybe I really should just bring Wisp to make this faster. This is definitely the slowest part of this mission.
You out for good. So don't do that, okay?
Some of the knowledge that was brought back from the void never left my sentence. I hope you can find the use of it.
Bit of lag there.
To be congratulated, Tenno. Few can confront the Guardians.
I already had the blueprint, didn't I? Yeah.
A full mastery of the void.
Just need to stop.
Would be helpful, of course, but this must suffice for now.
Not sure why you're licking hammers in Home Depot. We actually don't have Home Depot here. I'm sure we have an equivalent. Bunnings Warehouse or Mitre 10, I guess would be the equivalent. No Home Depot. Blueprint is too common. I feel like I do have a lot of them.
Report back with your results.
I guess if I'm just doing... If it's not about killing the mechs, then there's no reason to do tier 3.
The old ruins.
Although I guess the rewards are dependent on which level you do.
Find a way to get inside, and the Necroloid will guide you through. See what's happening down there. Tell me what he has been up to.
The isolation fault entrances are deep beneath you. The infestation is strong, but stupid. With the right materials, we can fool it into letting us enter.
Well, that other guy said he was going to come with me, but he didn't.
Collecting tissue samples from infested can supply us with a biological key.
We better get another one. Good.
He's going to bring that Chris anyway.
Take what you have gathered and place it into the vessel.
I don't know. I'm just going with this because I know it's here and I don't have to do any more research.
This fellowship stands to draw infested.
Ah, damn, the fire rate from Wisp feels nice. Be ready to get people talking to me in chat. Find a guy that wants to hang around. Warframe chat, that is, not Twitch. I really like that extra range. You get galvanized shot? I don't know what it's called. Ticked up. Necro's shadows can pick up wisp nodes? That is interesting. I know Necros' shadows are like a bane to Oberon's healing. They just suck up all your energy. Interesting that Wisp can pick them up. Interesting that they can pick up Wisps, rather. I was using Wisp for Railjack just to give my engineers the moats. That seemed to work pretty well. Wasn't super necessary though. You didn't really need the help.
Highly toxic to non-infested. We cannot access the vaults until the toxicity level has been reduced. Infested are massively increasing the toxicity levels.
Inner bounties probably have less chance to spawn Sarlacc Pit. They take action in the same place. There's a way to exploit the spawns so that you get... Once you get the Sarlacc Pit once, you can get it over and over and over again. I farmed Rage and Repair from there a couple of weeks ago. The shadows. Trying to work out what's going on. Well, I guess you're going to see shadows with the wisps on them. There you go. Doesn't seem to be... I mean, I guess it's not going down. It's kind of hard to tell. I was kind of expecting it to keep them fully healed, but it's not. I haven't really used Necros' shadows seriously in quite a while. Yeah. Does the unique monster spawn over and over with the Arcana bounty if the room was found? It does if you do it the right way, yeah. I wish I streamed it, but I didn't.
You are almost through the infested tunnels. The embodied ruins are just ahead. There is a Necromancer Guardian in you. You'll need to defeat it with your own enemies. The Guardian of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno.
I think it took me like 40 or 50 runs to get it all.
The Necromancer has ceased. Most satisfactory outcome. With both arms disabled,
Shit.
the Necromancer is still 40% combat effective. Do not stop attacking.
And he's down. Never doubted you for a minute, ship.
The Guardian of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno.
I just got damaged Necromancer weapon pods, which is what I need, right? So I guess you can get them. Though that could have been from the reward for finishing the bounty. That's probably what it was. I don't know, I'm confused. Be quicker. Necromancer Rage, yeah. I think I put one or 2 million credits into transmuting to try and get them, and I didn't get them. So then I just said fuck it and went and farmed them. Yeah, I was talking about the Necromancer variant. There's a tanky build with his Shadow Augment. Yeah, basically the last time I used his 4 seriously, I did a full squad 3-hour Fissure Survival. And I didn't really have to use the shadows until the enemies were like level 200 or so. And then when I did start using them, my energy color was orange, so the whole squad got pissed off because they couldn't tell between the shadows and the corrupted. And since then I haven't had a reason to do it. It's kind of burned into my brain. Where's this guy? Man, I can't keep track of this thing at all. 200 meters away. Guess it doesn't matter so much because he's got healing now. On my run, the Sarlacc Pit room didn't reset. Yeah, there was... I forget what I did to do it, but there was a specific way you had to do it. Because the first... I think I did 100 runs where I was trying to get it to spawn, and I only got, I think, 4 Sarlacc Pits, but then I worked out how to repeat it, and did another 50 or 60 runs and got everything. I don't remember the exact order you had to do it. I think you had to return... I think you had to go back to your orbiter each time to reset what the tiles were, and then once you had the tile, you had to go back into the like public space each time. You couldn't just start the bounty again. Something weird like that. Where the fuck is this guy? Lit up right there. Like Necros, but feel bad using his shadows. They're distracting. Yeah. I really like him, like conceptually, but I annoy myself with my shadows for sure.
If you botch it 3 times, the vault locks you out for good. So don't do that, okay? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Some voice actors never learned out of ISO because it was so not fun.
Barrel is actually what I needed, now that I think about it, not the pod.
Well, according to Lloyd. A reward is an order for your efforts.
I also need mother tokens because I had to buy something from Deimos, I forget what.
To be found. Things hidden from a mundane gaze.
That's one down. I think I needed 2 total. Might have been more actually. Well, that's a start. I think you're missing the damaged receiver as well. That's alright. We're gonna farm it for a while because I need the arcanes anyway, so. I don't know how many I'll do today, but I think that's kind of the main priority at the moment. Great tank for solo. What's the grind here? We need to get damaged necromech parts so that we can build the other Arcwing or necromech weapons, like the Cortege and the... I forget the name of the other one.
Faithful Tenno.
But you also get arcanes from completing the vaults themselves, so both of those things are kind of the goal.
On Deimos. The old ruins beneath the surface must surely contain the deepest and darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside.
Yeah, I'll do Samaris.
See what's happening, Dome. Tell me what he
I've got a squad member doing Necros for me, so I don't really want to lose him.
The infestation's got the entrance to the ISO vault squeezed tight. Hey, that entry looks like it needs stuff. Maybe we can get it to open up if we feed it. That's yummy for a monster door. Let's find some more.
We will need additional samples. This is a good start.
I've been a bit conflicted about this Zymos weapon. Like, it has crazy kill potential in the Simulacrum if you're doing it right. But it seems kind of unreliable when you're actually using it. I was trying to use it in Steel Path and it very hit or miss.
Now we're cooking. Something's coming. Don't let her grab the snacks.
I also need mother tokens for rep, so quite a lot of things I need. I'm doing ISO vaults. Quite a lot of things I get, rather. It's a headshot weapon? Yeah, I know. Like, when you're getting headshots consistently, it's great. But also, if you headshot a guy, they get knocked down, so you can't really spam them. So you end up getting heaps of body shots, and fire rate and reload is awful. So I'm hit or miss whether I want to add it to my list of good weapons or not. In the right situation, it is objectively powerful, but in practice, it's kind of awkward to use. Left eye started twitching, and I said, "What?" Can't blame me for that one. Harris and Zaki make good use of it, so they can immobilize an enemy for easy headshots. How so? How does Nidus do that? I mean, with his lava? And you're just firing into a big infested mass, right? It's not really making headshots easier.
Well done. We can access the infested tunnels now.
And snare? Yeah, that makes sense. What is this 3? Oh, I see what you mean. That would only be on one dude, right? Do you have to kill the target for the spores to fire out? Interesting if you could just lock one down, keep shooting him in the head, and it kills everyone around him. But if you link a guy, shoot him once, it kills him, and then you have to link another guy. It's still not very optimal. I wonder if it would pair well with the Scourgital, which gives you like bigger headshots. I don't remember how long that thing lasts. I guess it would only be in one location. Not really great for Exterminate or anything. When you tether an enemy, you can keep shooting the same target. That is very interesting. Write that down because I definitely want to at least experience it. And have a look in the sim later.
The Enchanty ruins are close. Keep pushing, and you will be there in no time. There is a Guardian here, a Necromancer. You will need to destroy it so you can explore the ruins. Both arms disabled, the Necromancer is still 40% combat effective. Do not stop attacking! A most satisfactory outcome.
I swear I just saw a Centillion. Does that get vacuumed up? Okay.
Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself. The
Didn't think it
Guardian
did.
of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno. Another arm out of action. Excellent work. Almost there.
Much easier with a mech.
I confess
I don't think it's this way, is it? It's this way.
that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled. I will take you to the safety zone.
Parasitic link a target and use it as a spawner. Yeah, that seems awesome. Very interesting.
Shed no tears for the Necromancer, for they are now relentless enemies to all. And
Same with Zaku, but sometimes harder to hit. How does Zaku immobilize? I forget what his abilities are. Void damage, weapon strip, armor strip. I forget what his 4 does. I know it changes him aesthetically. Alright, I guess the armor strip holds a dude still, right? Yeah. Dodge and pauses duration on his 4, yeah. It's weird, I haven't really thought about the benefit of holding enemies still like that for any other reason. I wonder if this makes him charge quicker. It definitely seems so much quicker, just in general. This wisp has wisps. This wisp is like super fast because of it too. We still have to wait for Lloyd to get back though, don't we? Yeah, he's not even coming back. Why was I following that dot? So I think he does have to come back. Projectile do impact damage, so you could run hemorrhage. Yeah, I have been. It works really well when you have an enemy still like that.
If you botch it 3 times, the bolt locks you out for good. So don't do that, okay?
Rock Eye. Necromancer Stretch I apparently didn't have. Take it.
Very, very good. You descend and return. Most pleasing. So many descend and remain as remains. Perhaps you might learn more once you strengthen your void connection. It is a difficult place to navigate with only one eye open.
Yeah, I think I dismissed the weapon up front when I first got it after doing my couple former. And then said so in the VOD. Someone on YouTube told me that I need to go back and try it with hemorrhage. One of the comments. So I did that, and it is definitely very powerful when you can actually make use of the headshot mechanic. But it just seems like when you're actually trying to rush through missions, it's difficult to use reliably. But if you can like force the interaction, you did maybe. Been meaning to go back and look at it for a while. I think I did it yesterday or the day before. Oh, you all dismissed it, right? Yeah, it definitely makes sense on Nidus. Because usually if you're using Nidus, you're going to be in a stationary mission anyway, right? Because you want to build his stacks and use his 4.
There is so much. I look forward to your return, as do we all.
At least when I usually use him, it's stationary.
The old ruins beneath the surface must surely contain the deepest and the darkest.
Kinda like the Ghoul Saw. It's bad, but I'm pretty sure someone will find a way to break it. Well, the two usual suspects, Xanagoth and... actually forget the other guy's name off the top of my head. They both gave up on it. Made videos about how shit it is and moved on. Apparently there's a combo where you can ride on it. Apparently that's also the worst thing about the weapon. It's a stance that shit. It's like two-handed Nakanas. That would make sense. I'm leveling a Nakana at the moment. Two-handed. Definitely don't like it. One of the Tenet melees. I think I actually finished it last night. Got a bunch of former on there. Missed those Xanagoth raid vids. It's funny, when I first met Xanagoth, long before he had a YouTube channel, we were farming Law of Retribution together. It must have been 6 or 7 years ago. It's always weird whenever I see him in a video now, because I can't forget that. I think it might be in a couple of my earliest uploads where I did Law of Retribution stuff. I do miss that raid, but I don't miss the other one. Short distance can't get off mid-animation. If you hit enemies while riding it, they take no damage. Oh yeah, that seems redundant. I like the X-Car one the most. I don't remember it off the top of my head. It's been a very long time since I watched them. I remember a Limbo one, maybe? And back in those early days, there was a lot of theory crafting about Limbo and Ivara being used on ads and Loki and Nova. For the speed. What else was there? I feel like Xanagoth was one of those guys that just always wanted to experiment with everything. He was always kind of the one coming up with new ideas. Whether they're good or not, definitely wasn't guaranteed. Funny dude though. I kind of miss how simple Warframe used to be. Like, looking back on it now, like when I was playing it, it never really felt simple. It still felt like there were so many systems to learn. But looking back on it now, the game is so much more like convoluted, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but simplicity was nice. The game is very complicated now. So many weird overlapping systems and weird content islands. And you just have to have a lot of knowledge now that you never had to back then. This guy gonna spawn on me again?
You are almost through the infested tunnels. The advanced ruins are just ahead. You'll need to destroy it so you can explore the ruins. Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself. Run on down. Keep at it. More of it. The Necromancer satisfactory outcome. The Guardian of the Vault approaches. You must defeat it, Tenno.
And he's down! Doubted you for a minute, Shep.
Explaining to the squad how they're dying.
Defend yourself.
And he's down!
It's nice being the one actually being able to wipe them. Used to have a lot of trouble with these guys.
I'll show you the locks on the vault.
So we got the same exact vault layout every time when I go back and restart from the city. That's the same thing that happened with the Sarlacc pit. So once you get it, you just go back over and over again. Total Biscuit said the most accurate description. It's a castle built on top another castle on top another castle.
Even before the infestation.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Well, most of them had.
Didn't he pass away, Total Biscuit? Yeah. Never really watched him, but I know the YouTube community was hit pretty hard by that. He was pretty big. Is that him? 3 years ago? I don't know if I've ever seen his face. Funny that he's like a permanent part of Twitch though. Huh. Kinda cool. Was the reason you started Warframe? Very nice. I think when he passed, I might have gone back and looked at one of his videos, but I don't think I ever watched prior to that. I don't think I ever heard of him prior to that. I don't remember how I started Warframe. I feel like it was just like a Facebook ad or something. Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'll try it out. Became a founder. Getting a decent amount of like mining, I guess, gems and fish parts from doing this. Shame I've already gone through and built all the stuff that needs that. Manually farmed it. Should have been around when the founder was a thing. I was very young and very broke at the time, so I couldn't even afford the Grandmaster one. Buying the Master one that I did was like a pretty huge commitment for me at the time. That was most of my money, I think.
You can only make 3 mistakes before the vault will lock permanently. Be sure before you import.
There's all kinds of stuff down here. Some voice files never hold that FISO because it was so not.
Oils.
You are to be congratulated, Tenno. Few can confront the guardians of the isolation vaults. A full mastery of the void and all its implications would be helpful, of course, but this must suffice for now.
I've afforded the Grandmaster one. I didn't know the game. I didn't have a computer able to play it. I think I was playing on a pretty shitty laptop back then. But the game wasn't as intensive as it is now, so I got away with it. Back when X-Cal Super Jump was the meta. I think that was one of my favorite abilities. I remember being very sad when they got rid of it. Yep. Used to make... I remember in particular some of the Corpus Defense maps, they had like pathways or walkways up above that you just couldn't get to because there was no bullet jump. So I really loved taking X-Cal there and just leaping up and taking advantage of that. Some very, very early game memories.
Much has been hidden from us on Deimos. The old ruins beneath the surface must surely
Yeah, very sad when they removed it.
darkest secrets. Find a way to get
Actually, don't know if my stuff's max rank. I guess not.
See what's
No, it's not.
happening down there. Tell me what he has been up to.
To access the isolation vault,
You remember to polarize that when I can.
if you gather the correct materials, you can persuade the infestation to...
Why do I need 12 now?
Think of it like gathering bait.
Let's find some more.
Very unpleasant, but undoubtedly what we need.
You farming the arcanes? Farming arcanes broken mech parts to build the last 2 guns that I don't have for Arcwing. Cortege and something else. And also Rep. A few things I need to buy still. Mods from Father, I think. So I need quite a few things. Yep, more players always welcome. I haven't been able to figure out a good way to use the arcanes. They work together, don't seem to be that great alone. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever use them, but I'm just collecting them because that's what Warframe's about, right? I wonder if I will be here long enough to get to the point where the only thing I have to do is grind the codex. I think the only place that I've thought to put the arcanes thus far has been on the Railjack crew and equip them there. I don't know if they ever make use of it or not, but I figure them being able to proc cold on them or on the enemies that they're shooting seems decent. Mission takes a very long time for each run. I mean, it's not too bad. I haven't been paying attention to how long it takes. But it's not so bad because I need a lot of stuff from here anyway, so... You can speed up. I'm doing the little vault thing as well, so you can speed up Lloyd with Wisp, which is definitely nice.
Now we can progress into the tunnels. Do not dawdle.
Oh.
We need to do something or the car won't open.
Did they just come out of the ceiling? I noticed them on the ceiling, I'd never noticed them coming out of it before. Well, maybe the ally damage one might be useful with Necro's summoner build. I'd love to farm it. I don't even remember what all the effects are. I don't really see how that follows just reading that sentence, but... I think the only real use I can remember for self-damage was, well, apart from Chroma, Vex armor, was to proc radiation on yourself. Iron Fire, so you could regen energy as Ember. That was a thing once. Very long time ago.
Ruins are close. Keep pushing. It will be there in no time. There is a Necromancer guarding the ruins. We need to defeat it going
Here's the big guy. He sure ain't pleased to see you, Tip.
Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend it.
I don't know if I can pick stuff up in here. I guess I can. Some minor vacuum to it.
You're doing great.
I confess I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled. The Guardian of
But remember to put your 2 on because I can still fuck you up.
While disabling one arm is a good start, the Necromancer remains 82% combat effective. I confess I had my concerns, but
Shut
that
up.
was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled.
I'll show you the lost on the
So Lloyd being much quicker makes this much less painful, I have to say. The escort part of any mission is always the worst. Plague Star, Isobolts, everywhere. Sometimes kill the mechs easily, sometimes it takes 10 minutes.
The outer layers have all but collapsed
Yeah.
under the infestation.
I think it's just because the hitboxes are super unreliable with any kind of AoE weapon, which my 4 is. I think you can skip the dialogue with Nightwave. Yeah, you can. Might as well just turn it off though. Transmission volume. Usually when well, I guess not since coming back, but I always had transmission volume off because I never cared about any of it. I feel like when you're streaming it kind of pays to have it there just to help fill dead air, even if it is repetitive. Hey Pixel. Can Switch teleport him? Yeah. I feel like this is a lot less stressful, probably just as efficient overall.
And awaiting the correct code. A maximum of 3 errors are permitted before the fail-safe protocol seals the vault. Do not simply guess. Some of the knowledge that was brought back from the void never left these vaults. I hope you can find
A relic, really.
You descend and return, most pleasing. So many descend and remain.
I need the stock, not the barrel.
Perhaps you might learn more once
I think that comes from different bounty though.
it is a difficult place
Or
to
different rotation, I guess.
only one eye open.
Position volume turned real far down. Hear the beeping sounds of Demolists. Huh. I didn't know that was tied to that. Tonfa skin is nice. Always liked it. The Tiles Botes giving you speed means I definitely wanted it to look decent. So my pistol's maxed. I don't know if I need another former on it or not. I don't know if I've got another secondary I can level. Still a few I have to build, collect. Yeah, I don't know. Just equip that.
Good and faithful Tenno. Much has been hidden from us on Deimos. The old ruins
Zima, yeah.
beneath the surface must surely
Nick's Metaside helmet for 100 for that.
darkest secrets. Find a way to get
That's not bad. I think I bought mine for...
you through. See what's happening.
I think I bought my first one for 150 and then my second one for like 75.
To access the isolation vault, you will need to find a way through. The infestation is strong, but still, there are materials we can fuse it into letting us in.
That looks yummy for a monster door. Let's find some more.
Very unpleasant, but undoubtedly what we need. Just a little more.
Now we just need a jump to mash everything together.
Be on the lookout for investors. They will likely come and investigate. Do not let them disrupt the process.
Once crossplay comes, hunt down the helmets. Are you on console? I always forget which platform people are on. I think I've probably got half of them. But I think I'm willing to just sell them all anyway. Easy platinum, I don't really use them. I think there's a Frost one, an XCal one, and a Nyx one that I'd keep. That's about it. For an Xbox. So I guess they were never on console, right? It's a PC only thing from the very early days. I remember Scott always hated them. Wasn't sure if I had a subsumed ability here or not. Juggernaut? Really? Seen one of those guys in a while. This has got the big guy yet. Big bald guy.
Throw it against the large clay pit I have marked on the map. Well done. We can access the infested tunnels now. Get inside.
I haven't watched a dev stream or a primetime for quite a while, so I haven't seen them. I assume they're all around. They're all bald? What's the other guy's name called?
Toxicity levels in these tunnels.
There's Rebecca, there's Scott, there's Steve. I remember the other bald guy, but I don't remember his name. It's annoying.
Accessible until the toxicity has been reduced.
He's the one that did Pets 2.0. Sheldon. Sheldon? No, maybe not. Oh, there's also the audio guy. Get his name. Arcane helmets added stats. I don't like them because fashion. Yeah. It is Sheldon? Okay. Yeah, they add stats, so Frost will give you extra armor at the cost of max health, I think. And then there's Nyx Menticide, which gives you obviously parkour velocity at the cost of shields or energy or something. Banshee one gives you more efficiency at the cost of something I don't remember. They're all like that, like corrupted helmets, more or less. George is audio. Yeah. Jeff is art. I remember what Jeff looks like. I don't think I can picture George now. Actually, maybe I can. I think I can. Tying stats to cosmetics is terrible practice. Yeah. I'm glad they got rid of the arcanes to Syndana thing. That was definitely the worst case.
I had my concerns, but that
can make
was
weapon
expertly
pods.
handled. The Guardian is completely disabled. With both arms disabled, the Necromech is still 40% combat effective. Do not stop attacking! The Necromech has satisfactory outcome. Ah, the Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself, Tenno. With both arms disabled, the Necromech is still 40% combat effective.
Glad I don't have to grind these guys out the way I had to early on. They're just kicking my ass forever.
Access is granted. Right this way.
I want to note that most stat bonuses the arcane helmets give are applied after everything else. Really, I didn't know that. No more pink necromech? Not on this one, though.
They are now relentless enemies to all.
Only for Plague Star. It'll be back. Seeing as I'm doing most of my leveling there. Might as well take advantage of it and do the Bone Widow. Make it pearl white instead of pink and still pop in the open world? Maybe, yeah. Pink's funnier though. You always get reactions out of new people in chat. Avengers theme remix. Original. Get rid of that, I think. I do like that these like super big enemies are pretty common. That looked pretty epic, just seeing like a massive infested fight in the back room there. I know, but I'm starting to regret telling you to pink it up. You know what? Too bad, so sad.
Botch it 3 times, the vault locks you out for good. So don't do that, okay?
I do not know what riches you may find if you get it, but you will certainly discover some small measure of wisdom locked away down here.
An interesting expedition.
Am I looking for weapon pods or weapon... I forget exactly what it is. People in chat want me to tell them what I'm looking for. In squad, rather. I haven't touched an Ice Vault damage bounty ever since I maxed my Entrati standing. Well, I think this isn't the best way to... This is a pretty shitty way to get standing. But it's better than nothing. Tab here. Make barrel I'm after, apparently. Huh, the operator can't use True Master. That seems sad. Yeah, exactly. I'm a big fan of multitasking. Doing all my leveling in Plague Star. Getting my rep from Isovolts because I need components and arcanes. Having a backlog of tokens can't hurt either.
I look forward to your return, as do we all.
Do a tier 2 one. Apparently the same weapon part comes from here.
Much has been hidden from us on Deimos. The old ruins beneath
At least that's what I told myself.
contain the deepest
Yeah.
and darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside, and the Necroloid will guide you through. See what's happening down there. Tell me what he has been up to.
Why is this not letting me out?
The isolation vault entrances are deep beneath the surface. We'll need to enter infestation tunnels.
Really? Ah, it's tier 2. Completely different area. Wonder if we get the Sarlacc pit.
Hey, that entry looks like it needs stuff. Maybe we can get it to open up if we beat it. Yummy, monster door. Let's find some more.
Very unpleasant.
I don't know why sometimes I need 12. Sometimes it's only 6.
Take what you have gathered and place it into the vessel.
Now we're cooking. Don't let her grab the snacks.
Link to player count? More than what you need? Well, we had a full squad on the last run, I only needed 6. Now there's... Oops. Now there's only 3 of us and we need 12. Seems weird. I can't tell if someone in this apartment complex is a smoker. I'm sure someone is, but every now and then I'll just catch a whiff of it. But then as soon as I become aware of it, I can't pick it up anymore. So I'm wondering if it's actually in my head. Or if only the tiniest bit gets into my room. Just got it then. I'm tempted to run out there and just find out if there's someone there or not. Smell travels very far, yeah. My dad was a very heavy smoker. So I sort of grew up passive smoking. But I don't know, I guess I'm very attuned to the smell.
Let's go inside before it starts chewing.
Going down here, I guess.
Levels in these tunnels are deadly even for warframes. The vaults lie beyond.
Yeah, I do have a window open. It's only open an inch or two behind me. I used to have trouble with someone upstairs that I don't think lives there anymore that would smoke and they'd throw their butts off the balcony. And I got pissed off one day because there's just butts all around the front door, basically. So when I picked them up, there was probably like 150 butts. Picked them all up. I just dumped them on their doormat. And they never did it again. Someone would clean up after themselves because I'm not going to do it. I think they moved out ever since. Or since, rather. Yeah. Live in a building full of smokers, constantly get whiffs of it. I really don't like it. It's weird to hear that it's like so appealing to smokers though. Like my dad, he stopped, or he tried to stop a few times. And he said to him that the smell is basically like smelling roses. Like it's an addictive, tasty smell. The same way if you smelled a rose and think, oh yeah, that's pleasant. That's the same experience that you have. Crazy to me that the brain gets rewired like that. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-find the vault. So I'm in the same spot every time now.
The Enchanted ruins are close. Keep pushing, and you will be there in no time.
Okay, Chip. Now you just need to beat a Necromancer so you can explore the ruins in peace. Did I mention that part already? Here's the big guy. He sure ain't pleased to see you, Chip.
Maybe a bit too close here. I wonder if they're this close I can't hit their arms.
I confess I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled. Slow down. One arm down. Keep at it. Forward the second. I confess I had my concerns, but that was expertly handled. The Guardian is completely disabled.
Let's see if we can find the vault. Haven't smoked for a decade. Still something that I enjoy the smell of. Yeah, weird. To me it is repulsive. Too bad. He'd always smoke in the house because it was his house and he can do whatever he wants. So I always avoided his room whenever he was doing that. And he would always smoke in the car, but then anytime... He was like a big bike guy, so anytime we had to go to the shops or something, I would have to drive. And I enjoyed the little power trip of refusing to let him in the car if he'd been smoking. If he was smoking, he'd have to sit outside for like at least a minute, let the smell wear off before I'd let him in the car. Certainly annoyed him, but it was like the one little thing I had on him. Must be bad. It's not too bad. The real problem I have living where I do is that the Indian neighbours next door are loud as fuck, and they've recently had a baby, which I can hear screaming all the time. So not all the time, but like every day. I think that's definitely going to be the reason we move out. They've been pushing it for a long time, but the baby is really the end of it. Very distinct, yeah. Talking about cigarettes, yeah. I've never smoked one, I guess actively. I don't know if passively counts. It's weird that we only have to kill 2 necromechs, but this still has 4 stages. Why not reduce this as well? still need heaps of affinity. I think Wisp is by far the best way to farm this. It's just so... makes it all so easy. It's very relaxing. One way to get up, I guess.
If you botch it 3 times, the boat locks you out for good. So don't do that, okay?
Some of the knowledge that was brought back from the vault. These buttons. I hope you can find.
I think I've already got a bunch of those.
An interesting expedition, I trust. You did well, according to Lloyd.
The rivet, though? I don't know if I had that.
I do hope you'll go again. There is so much more to be found. Things hidden.
I don't know which part I needed. That may have been it.
Days.
Sure. Oh, it's for tomorrow's stream. What's the policy on pot down under? They're easing up like in the States? I have no idea. I think it's still illegal. I think it's illegal to sell... let me think. No, I think it's still completely illegal. You can get in trouble for owning over a certain amount. I don't know what the amount is, but I think it's pretty lenient in terms of how much trouble you get in, and the cops don't really care about busting people that have it, they only care about busting people that sell it. So we're in the process of getting some at the moment, just as like a medicinal thing for depression, anxiety. Gonna try that. It's a bit of a nightmare to get it, but like there's a lot of herb shops that will sell like different teas and different, I guess, lesser plants. I don't really know the details, but you can get marijuana through them under the counter. I think it's pretty accessible. There are a lot of discords for it and stuff. But yeah, it's still illegal. Illegal to have fun. This guy's enjoying the view, I think. Never really been into substances though.
Good and faithful Tenno.
Oh yeah.
Much has been hidden from us on Deimos.
Didn't realize how much tax revenue they'd get from legalizing it.
Surface must
I don't know.
surely contain the deepest and darkest secrets. Find a way to get inside, and the Necromancer will guide you through. See what's happening down there.
Legal in some states, but federally still recognized as an illicit substance. Yeah, I think I have heard that before.
Entrances are deep beneath the surface. We'll need to enter infestation tunnels to reach them.
Where'd you get off? I'm trying to type.
Hey, that entry looks like elite stuff. Maybe we can get it to open up if we feed it.
Infested kittens. That should do. Fine. We will need additional samples, but this is a good start.
Does that buff work for Void Rig? Pretty sure it doesn't. At the same rules as alcohol would be just as dangerous. I feel like alcohol is way more dangerous. It's insane that that's as accessible as it is, and as normalized in society as it is.
That should suffice. Place the components into the vessel. Protect the vessel while the stench is bound to
I don't drink either though, so I don't really care too much either way. I don't know how many of these things I need and how many I've actually gotten. I guess I don't care too much because I need the arcanes and rep anyway, but I should probably look at that at some point. Can't do it out here. Fail a drink, sometimes have a few, but never to the point of drunk. Reasonable. I grew up around a lot of abusers. Alcoholic abusers, that is. Don't like seeing what it does to people. I know a lot of people are much worse off for having that reliance. I also worry that with my depression I'd have an addictive personality, so I really don't want to try anything that could have that many negative side effects. Because if I have a reliance on that to push aside depression, then I guarantee that I'll be drinking way more than I should. Because in the moment, nothing is worse than depression, so that could just lead to a very negative feedback loop that I don't want to involve myself with.
We need to do something where the vault won't open.
It's annoying that I can't check my equipment while I'm in the mission. I should have written down all the parts I needed.
These are the last of the infested in the area. The largest and deadliest specimens from the area. Be careful.
I'll go back to Orbiter after this. I'll see what I actually do still need.
Hey, the tox level's coming down.
It's nice when you get a squad that sticks around.
We can go to the vault.
Kind of sad to lose them.
The Entrati ruins are close. Keep pushing, and you will be there in no time.
Okay, Chip. Now you just need to beat a Necromancer so you can explore the ruins in peace.
The Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself, Tenno. With both arms disabled, the Necromech is still 40% combat effective. Do not stop attacking! The Necromech has ceased function. A most satisfactory outcome. The Necromancer Guardian is here. Defend yourself.
Keep forgetting how high I can jump.
The
also didn't pay attention to where the vault was. I don't think it's this way. To the left, maybe.
I'll show you the locks on the vault.
Damn, I've been doing this for basically the whole stream. I have to end in 20 minutes. Oh wait, I started 15 minutes late, so 35 minutes. So still got time to do some Iris. Pick a direction. Does Marissa remember this? I think I'm actually pretty close to cap, so I have to go and buy something from him. Still a lot of stuff to buy. So I guess gonna do some Iris. Probably just gonna mess around in the sim. I've been screwing with the Cedo a lot. I haven't really been able to decide how much I like it. So the Cedo and the Zymos are both maybes. Put a few more former on the Tigress Prime. I still think that's crazy good. So I added that to my good list. What was the other one? The Tiburon Prime. As far as automatic weapons go, that's still really solid. Added that. Yeah, Cedo and Zymos, not sure on. I put Rakta Sonos and Sonos Prime on the list. Actually pleasantly surprised by how well they stood up to the test of time. Did you get Grendel? I've got one of his parts. I still have to do survival, maybe defense and excavation. I haven't done yet. So I still have to do that. I'm actually going to have to focus on that pretty soon because I've only got one more frame to throw in the thing into Helminth. So I really need to get those other frames in there.
You can only make 3 mistakes before the vault will lock permanently. Be sure before you think. Some of the knowledge that was brought back from the vault never left these buckets. I hope you can find
Another blueprint.
Very good.
I wonder how many tokens I got overall.
Most pleasing. So many descend and remain as remains. Perhaps you might learn more once you strengthen your void connection. It is a difficult
About the Phantasma, I sort of picked it up, but I didn't really test it since coming back. I was holding it yesterday, that and the Phage, to see if I thought it would be worth to work on. I think they're both very solid, but I don't know if I like them or not. Probably need to do more testing on them. What's up, Dave? City's very good. I think it needs a grouping ability and punch through to really improve the clear rate. Yeah, I don't know. I really like the idea of it. I just don't know how much I really like it in practice. Mother speedrun a while ago inspired me to min-max and speedrun. Very nice. Happy to help. It is great with Lavo since his force damage is influenced by the damage, the amount of status on the enemy is. Yeah. I feel like that is necessary to make Lavos any good. This guy loves staring at Wisp. 200? 200 what? Got it. Phantasma melts through steel path, can stack so many heat procs. Yeah. I liked the Phantasma before I left. Sure. A very solid weapon. So, still don't have whatever this is. I'm gonna cast in Railjack and his 4. I like his 1. I think his 1's great. I don't know what his augment is though. Ravos build made by Nash Prime if you're interested in seeing how he synergizes. I understand how he synergizes, I just think it's too much work for the output. There are so many easier ways to get the same thing that he provides. I want to work out exactly what I need here. So. Voltage receiver. So damaged necromancer weapon receiver, that's just what it's called. Okay. I need that. What's the other one called? It starts with MO, right? It's in weapons. Be components for weapons. What the hell's the other weapon called? There it is. Morga. So that needs another receiver. So I guess I need 2 of those. Right. That means I'm going to need more of these as well. Because when I create the cortege, it's going to use those up. So 2, and then I guess this is just damaged necromancer weapon, stock, and barrel. So. That's what I need there. His 1 augment is not out, but it will reduce cooldown on his other abilities. That does seem good. Can you build the fan melee? It's Aram? Aram? What the hell is it called? Spinoza, right? Aram. The one I didn't try. 2 Spinoza guards. Let's write that. For them. I don't notice so much because the damage numbers are white non-crit. I mean, I've done a lot of testing with him in the sim, so I have a very good comparison to all the other damage I've done there. Let's go and build this thing. And that's Fortuna. Yeah, then we'll do... Gonna do Samaris, and then probably mess around in the sim for a little bit if I've got time.
Step on up, quick like and snappy. I pay off some debt, you walk away happy. Nice. That is that. New items daily.
Aim to level now. So Samaris will give me that Nightwave challenge as well that I had to do. Extra little bonus. Still path. Build you can try with Saren's Toxic Lash and Venom Dose. Increase the damage of the Tenet Flux Rifle. For some reason can use beam mods like Combustion Beam. Weird. I think the Tenet Flux Rifle is super powerful. It's definitely on my list of good weapons. I used to be all about like weird configurations like that, or weird synergies like that. Seems so much less necessary now. There's a cache back there. I haven't really felt the need to do that since coming back, because everything's just so powerful now. Another cache below me. I don't really think this is the way. Never mind. Runners just spawned above us. So they're going outside. Try and navigate this nightmare. Just follow these. Oh, damn, I never would have found this. What a tiny little cave to have hidden in like a sprawling mess like this. Tile set, it's crazy. Any way to increase combustion beam explosion damage? Is the explosion chain like Saren's 1? Just clear out entire maps. That is interesting. I don't think I've ever made much use of her Venom Dose to augment. I remember exactly what it does, but I never found it to be very good when I was testing it. I feel like we got the most convoluted tile set I've had here. Massive tile after massive tile. Nice. Still got the outside tile though. Have to reset Prowl. I'm getting double scans though. I only had to do 7 scans to actually get 25. Seemed kind of crazy. That's corrosive to everything you do, like that of Venom Dose. Really? Did it always do that? I don't know why I have a memory of it not being very good. I feel like that'll be worse now because corrosive's not that great. I mean, I guess it's still okay, but definitely not as good as it was. Did I get that guy? I guess just another elemental for all your corrosive, the condition overload effects, I guess. Right, okay. I feel like that's something that I would like to try and will just immediately forget about and never actually try. Found Saren to be pretty lackluster actually since coming back. feel like her abilities used to synergize really well, and now that synergy is less important, she feels less powerful. We have a Sobek. The original one was decent with its AoE explosion. I'd be up for it. I added the Kuvacomb to my good weapons list as well. Looks crazy. And actually the Gunson, the Fan, and the Colossus both got on there. I think as far as melee weapons go, they're pretty good. Kind of pretty hard to work out which melee weapons are good. There's the Cronin Prime, Nami Skylar Prime. Everything really pales in comparison to the glaive though, so it's like, what standard do I really have to hold them to? It's like you have to consider the glaive to be its own category almost. I don't exact slam attacks. I don't even have that. Oh, it gives me that one too. Oh, fuck. I even said I was at cap. God damn it. Iron Venom dose. Add it to the list of things to try. I think I've got through pretty much everything I've added to the list, so. 15 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna have to go back and do more. I don't really want to do that again. I'm not going again today.
These can make you an even stronger hunter.
Are glaives and gunblades count as melee since we're doing heavy attack build and not really swinging them? I don't know. It's subjective, I guess. So I bought the Azima blueprint, didn't I? Did that anymore? Guess we could start doing mods.
May this aid you in the synthesis of many
List can go. Unity Blessing? Sure. I don't know if any of these things are 50k. We got 50k left. I think... What the hell? I've never seen this before. Is that just a placeable for your ship? It's kind of cool. It's 50k. I do have that. Protects machete. Yeah, these are 50s. Like that. Just got added? I guess I'll add it to the list of things that I do need. Blade explosions will proc the dex, so yes. I mean, the glaive goes in the melee slot, so to me that tells me it's a melee weapon. You can argue semantics all you like, but you break it down. I don't have to do anything there. Is there a melee I wanted to test? I don't think there was. I tested the Redeemer and the new version, Stropher, I don't really think they're that great. Not a fan of this Livia thing. I think just because of the stance. I have to level this. I keep forgetting that exists. Needs 3 more former. I think a lot of the like dual swords would probably be addable. Serrata maybe. Why has Razor Stance got to be one of the worst in the game? Yeah, I'm definitely not fond of it. This is built for viral at the moment. I guess that's fine. Usually just build it for toxin. So I could go for another 11k. I'm not going to do another run for 11.
Hunter, where would the sanctuary be without
So slow and clunky. Yeah. Not fond of it. That's right. Wanted to test the Nidus thing. Guess we'll do the weapons as they are first. The Vecito is great if you are priming them. I guess you want to prime them first before you have any stacks built up. So none of my CO mods are built up at all yet. I also got no base damage on this build because I got Merciless on there. I think I've got viral. Actually, I don't know what build I've got on at the moment. It doesn't seem like crazy good. It's just pretty good. Kind of want to. I thought it might be useful against a boss, but if you need to have stacks built up, you really need trash mobs to kill first, right? Well, I'm never going to use an arcane on my warframe specific for a weapon. Critical hit, fire rate. Let's look at the build too. I think I was messing with the Vigilante mods, that's what I was doing. So I used to have fire rate here, and then viral here, and I was trying to work out what was best. Is it frail? No. So I was messing with the enhanced crits with this. But the problem is I feel like I need supplies on there. Which means I either need to drop one of these two. I guess I could drop this now because I've got that arcane. But in general, I'm not going to have that arcane. So I'm pretty sure this performs better with viral for sure. Okay, that'll... So I can ignore the Vigilante tests. Then I have to take tempo off and I have to be able to perform equally well. That's the problem. The viral HM on this thing is crazy, but... Is corrosive in mind since you can force corrosive? I don't really trust the Panzer to spread viral. Like, it's fine that it does, but I don't like relying on it. Use corrosive without hunter munitions? How do you force viral? I mean with your explosion? So I can't tell if that was corrosive that was making it good, or if it was... I don't know. Let's try viral again, exactly as we are. See how that feels. I feel like corrosive ramped up a little bit quicker, but viral feels better overall. I say that and then it can perform very well against this last group. Once more maybe. So I've already got stacks now. Where the fuck did that disc go? Pretty sure I shot it right into his face. Really struggles without the disc. I noticed the disc being a lot more reliable having the... With this on there? I don't know if it's just in my head, maybe this doesn't affect it, but it certainly feels like it does. Always need to prime enemies with the alt fire. Yeah. Pause the AI and see if the AoE procs viral. Yeah. Procs everything. Slash heat, cold, electric, toxin, blast, viral. So I guess there's no radiation on there, or magnetic. I guess there's no corrosive either. But your primary fire has 1% status chance, so you're not going to be getting many corrosive procs on it anyway. Obviously now there's corrosive. Okay, there's a couple on there. 2. So you gotta shoot him like 10 times to get 1 proc. Kind of varies a bit, I guess. Corrosive only makes sense if it's proccing though, so if I'm going to take those off, you know, that goes down to 0.6%, seems ridiculous. AoE will proc all the base status plus blast and whatever you slot into it. So it seems to me that it would be more beneficial to proc 10 procs of viral than 10 procs of corrosive. So viral makes more sense to me. 10 procs of corrosive means 80% less armor. 10 procs of viral means 350% more damage. Okay. What? Why is it doing that? I swear to God, I'm aiming right at them when I do that. Right. 10 viral procs immediately seems pretty good. So if I don't have viral modded, it doesn't proc viral. So that's not really an argument for having one or the other. Like it's only procking whatever I have modded. I think overall viral is better. That's the vibe I get. I'll just leave it as is for the moment. This is the build I ended up on here. So it has base toxin. And obviously I haven't filled that out yet. Not sure if I'll survive as I am without stacks. Shit, I've forgotten how to use Nidus. Let's get some stacks up. I don't want the guy in the middle. Is this not building stacks? I guess it is. Not sure what the AoE on that is. Just looking at the minimap. Certainly interesting. I don't really know how useful it is, though. Well, I've tried putting fire rate on there, and I didn't really find it to be that helpful. It doesn't really increase it by very much. I think I ended up moving away from it in the end. I kind of wish these guys would be a bit more aggressive. I guess maybe with Nidus the fire rate would help. You're right, I could try that. I think for actual play it didn't really make much of an improvement. Kind of cool AFK strat. Jesus, it sounds awful though. Wisp fire rate buff for the Cedo is nuts. Put on HM with viral. Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Was I swapping here? Target cracker with bullseye. What? You mean gunslinger? I've got a bit of fire rate on lethal torrent. But that doesn't feel that much faster to me. It doesn't feel 72% faster. Lit up by rockets here. I really don't like how it knocks enemies down. I think that's my biggest problem with the weapon. It takes ages to build stacks up, relying on the explosion as well, it seems. God, the audio is awful. No, I don't think that's something I would use in a practical sense. I also feel like the fire rate definitely not worth. Very specialized, yeah. The alt fire will double dip on crit. We want to use a Bane mod. What's its alt fire? Doesn't have an alt fire, does it? Secondary effect, yeah. Swap back to normal frame. What has gone on with my hand? What the hell? We got like one blade of the Serrata sticking out of it. That doesn't seem healthy. Once the stacks are gone, it's pretty good. Like, very impressive to look at when it all works. Just don't know how, like, really practical it is. Got stacks, we'll do that once more. Like, these guys are particularly easy to hit because they're all slow and slow moving enemies that are also slowed by my one. And whenever I'm playing games, I'm not landing nearly as many body headshots. I'm just hitting like body shots like this. Nothing special. Don't know, indecisive. X. You don't have the galvanized crit mod? I do. I don't like it because it doesn't tick the way the other ones do. It like all wears off in one click, right? Bonus only procs on headshot kill. Status kill doesn't count. Yeah. Also use Harrow's Scourge primary. Yeah. Let's try this crit. Again, I'm trying to base the weapon on itself. I don't really want to go into crazy specific synergies to make it work. This is my max fire rate at the moment. I'm trying. I don't know why it knocks down everyone around him as well. I didn't really notice it doing that before. This fire is unbearable. Galvanized Crosshairs turns it into a monster. What do you replace for it? Crit damage for more crit chance? Seems a bit weird. You really need everything else, right? I found this weapon to be awful without hemorrhage. You reckon do this? What did I replace here? Lethal. What would you have in this slot? I don't know if that's the best one or not. Hemorrhage is the only thing I thought that was holding this weapon up. We don't have any stacks, so we can't judge it too harshly. I feel like I can't even build them up. That feels fucking awful. Bane mod? Problem is that I have no fire rate at all, and it goes back to being unusable. Can I have spell corrupted? There we go. Sup, Ray? No, let's just be fair and give it. Let's get 3 stacks, and then we'll actually do it at the high level. There's no way I would ever use this gun without some kind of fire rate on it. It's just painful. Oh man. I can go to 180 now. Nice. Red crits. I mean, it looks pretty, but obviously this corrupted mod makes a huge difference. I still feel like I preferred it the other way. I don't think it's good enough for me to add it to the list, honestly. Still think lethal and hemorrhage was the best experience I had with it. It's good, it's just like too gimmicky to make work. It's kind of my final thoughts on it, I think. Especially when you see what things like the Tomb Finger can do, which is just ridiculous. You need the Bane mod for it to work. An advantage of the fact that the headshot proc double dips crit. Okay, not into it. I think this needed more former to do whatever it is that I wanted to do, which I don't remember what it was. I guess put this on there. So we've got viral and heat modded weirdly. I don't really know what I was doing with this. I have tried the Spore Lacer, pretty good. Quite fond of weapons that have innate radiation as well. I think it's just a very useful effect to have. Stacks are building up. I think my best single target pistol is the Spirax at the moment. Tomb Finger certainly impressed me. I haven't worked out if I'm going to build another one before I name it though. Corpus Dark Gun, yep. Tomb Finger built with raw elemental mods using dual stats. Just then I was using dual stats. The Tenet Spirax, yeah. So this is cold because it deals toxin on its own, right? Is that why that's the way it is? So I think this one's good as like upfront damage, but it has no like overtime procs or anything. Still quite good, obviously. Not a huge fan of its visuals. Pretty good. It's the Spirex. So viral magnetic heat on here at the moment, and hemorrhage. Did I decide on that, or is that something I was testing? I don't remember. I think the main problem with it is the small magazine. This is kind of my Lex replacement at the moment. Does the Spirex have an AoE? It has, I think, a 4 meter AoE. Let's see, I'm hitting everyone there. The reason I like it is because the Lex Prime was always my favorite weapon. Always like the single target damage. This is kind of the modern replacement for the Lex now that it's so subpar. Get some crazy slash procs with it. Yep. Do I need a Railjack to do Sisters of Parvos for Ephemeras? Well, you have to fight her at the end on a Railjack, so I would assume so, yeah. You could probably get... I don't know if you can get carried there by someone, or if you have to actually open the node. It's a good question. I think the Serrata's probably good enough to add to the list. Pretty good for Corpus as well, because you can force the Toxin. So, I think I've decided the Zymos doesn't get on there. The Serrata does, and probably the Cedo can as well. Cedo is like borderline, but I think it's probably good enough. I think the Murloc is good again. You mean the Vacor Murloc? You spelled it wrong, that's confusing me. This thing? This is something else I don't know about. I don't have enough former on here to really find out. I always like the firing animation of this. Guess that would go. That would come in. It is mostly impact. I don't know if hemorrhage could go in here or not. Do I have this? Okay. So we're on corrosive. Let's go to viral and try that out. Do slash procs build stacks or not? I don't remember. do. It certainly doesn't seem anything crazy. Not at full stacks, but I don't want to throw Hemorrhage on and see if that makes a difference. Pretty high status, pretty high impact weight. I'm not sure how much more EHP the 180s have over the 175s, because I'm so used to killing 175s. It's always hard to tell how it will work, because you have to drop all your base damage to then get slash procs. My fire rate's above 2.5, so it's only 35%. Needs negative impact, weapon's okay. I was wondering if the early slash would help build stacks or not. I don't think it does enough. Let's just get free stacks. I always did like the firing mechanic of this. And the reload, it's quite like aesthetically pleasing. I think the Hemorrhage is carrying it, and it's not super impressive even so. I really tried to make the Lex work again. Just not very good. Makes me sad. Drop lethal. Oh, can't fit it at the moment anyway. But not something I'll be adding to the list anyway. I thought you just said it does build stacks. I thought that's what your last message was in response to. I'm out of time anyway. I don't really think there's anything else I want to test right now. Supposed to stop 15 minutes ago. So I think probably the Gaze, the Tomb Finger, and the Spore Lacer will all get added to the list. I haven't... Well, I don't have the Platinum to do it right now anyway. Get around to it at some point. A slash stack. Ah, right. Viper. I don't think I even need to show that one off. Anyway, I'm done for today. As we'll go on. Guess I'll farm some platinum off stream so I can start doing all that again. Yeah, back same time tomorrow probably. Hopefully on time. See you then.